some of these games in the late Saturday window, starting with the ranked game between Kentucky and Florida. The Gators joining the top 25 after their Week 1 win over Utah. The other ranked game has Baylor at BYU. Both teams moving up in the rankings. BYU listed as a 2.5-point favorites. And then in the middle there, we get Lincoln Riley and his USC at Stanford. The Cardinal, 8.5-point underdogs as they enter that one tonight. Our trio of wagering experts are running us through all the best bets for Week 2. Brian McFadden with John Berger and Kenny White. The Billy Napier era got off to a great start last week as they beat a top 10 ranked Utah in the Swamp and got themselves into the top 15. This week, they welcome the Wildcats and go in less than a touchdown favorite. What play catches your eye here, B-Mac?
I love the Gators. Unfortunately, it's hard for me to say that because I don't like the Gators, me being a Seminole. But when it comes to getting money and earning money, I got to put that dislike aside, and I got to keep it real with you. I love the Gators, and it's basically about two things for me. Which quarterback do you trust the most in this ball game, Will Levis or Anthony Richardson? And what we saw last week from Anthony Richardson, wow, he surprised everyone, and I think he will continue to surprise a lot of folks as he continues to gain experience. I think he's going to have a huge game, not to mention for Kentucky's offense. Once again, they will be without their lead feature running back in Chris Rodriguez. So I like the Gators to be able to cover. It's going to be an outstanding atmosphere there in Ben Hill Griffin Stadium, and they will use that to their advantage. So give me the Gators.
You know, this is one of those games, guys, where I look at Kentucky, and if you follow this game and you know some of the coaches around the game, can't you just hear Mark Stoops, every day this week talking about the disrespect you guys are getting and, oh my gosh, we can't win, and they out-recruit. I mean, he is playing that like a fiddle, just like Bob did down in Oklahoma. And don't think those kids aren't going to be jacked up, and don't think they don't listen to it. I think a lot of people, B-Mac and Kenny, kind of reacted and over-indexed on the Utah win. And it was a great win. And I lost that game because I picked the Utes, and I had a lot of confidence on Kyle Whittingham going on the road because he always shows up, and his kids are blue collar, and they'll hit you right in the mouth. What we saw and what we're going to see is we're going to see Anthony Richardson, and everybody looked at that game last week, and there was some flat out busted defensive calls that allowed Richardson to get loose, create some big plays. That's not going to happen with Kentucky. Okay, Kentucky, they see this offense week in and week out. They're not going to be confused. They're going to be very disciplined. They're going to be jacked up. Stoop's going to have them ready to go. All that said, I like B-Mac's pick. I just think this is going to be a lot harder than anybody expects, and I don't expect them to cover these points till very, very late in the game, and it's probably going to be coming off some sort of short passing game. Anthony Richardson is not going to beat them on long run plays throughout the day. That's just not going to happen. So we're going to find out what quarterback he is, but I'm going to take Florida to cover the points nevertheless.
Yeah, I like Florida in the game, too. I really like Billy Napier. I like Mark Stoops. I think he's done a great job at Kentucky. I think he's an above-average head coach. But Billy Napier is as well. And if you don't know who he is, coached at Louisiana Lafayette, took over that program when it was a little bit down and did an amazing job, won double-digit games the last 3 years of his career there, was 30-23 ATS. And, John, you're right. He's a great second-half coach. He makes tremendous adjustments at halftime, and that's how I know he's a good coach. He's 32-14 ATS in the second half of games the last 5 years at Lafayette. He made the adjustments against Utah. They beat a very solid coach team in the Utes, and I think they'll win today again at home. The Swamp is a big edge, but remember, if they're down at half, don't worry about it. Billy Napier will make the right adjustments.
All right, so all bet on Florida and the points.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.